my God, you just had the little technical glitch on the back. Still the one show with your girl, Miss Chini, and I still have my guest in the studio. I have DavidB. Hi, DavidB.
Hey, yeah, I can, but it's fading out a little bit.
Okay, let me see what I can do about that. What about now?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's good now.
Okay, so you can tune in on Instagram. We're live on Instagram. I'm streaming live on Messagini or at DavidB_online. So that's his Instagram handle. So you can follow him there and then join the live as well. And if you're online and you want to listen via the radio, it is Unilab 103.1 FM, 103.1 FM on your radio frequency. It's good to have you back again.
Thank you. Technical difficulties, like, that's always my...
Sometimes people out there, right? They just pop up. But yeah, you have an amazing voice.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
From the little I read about you, you started singing from the age of 2. So tell me how that worked.
Where did you read that from?
Somewhere, I can't remember, but I was just researching about you, so and I found that.
Well,
I think choir when you were 2 years old or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know if I started singing that. I don't know why I was doing that too, to be honest. But I've been singing for quite a while, and I've been part of church choir, part of different groups. I've done a number of competitions. So yeah, I've grown over the years. I was listening to my first EP when I released it when I started recording when I was 18. And just hearing how like young I sounded and how like mature-ish I sounded was quite, humbling. Like, everybody starts from somewhere, and the message is, consistency and growth. So
that's amazing. Okay, so I also read. I like to read.
You read.
So I read that you were supposed to study medicine or medical something okay. The medical line. But you failed a couple of exams, so you had to go back to music. So tell me more about that.
So I grew up wanting to be a doctor. My dad's a consultant cardiologist. He's retired now. My brother is a doctor. My mom's a nurse. So I kind of grew up in that environment, and I was pretty brilliant in school. So I was always like class captain. I obviously was in science. And before I moved to the UK, it was like clockwork. It was no-brainer. I was going to be a doctor. Plus, I had so many role models around me that were doctors. So for the longest, it was like a dream. Finally got accepted into Leicester Medical School, which was, a thing of pride, because I don't know about you, but like over there, I don't know if it's the same here, it's very competitive to get into medical school. And I had offers from like 2 universities out of the 4 that I applied to. So yeah, that was like a thing of pride. But I remember from my first day at medical school, I was like, David, what the heck are you doing here? Like, this thing that I had a dream for so many years was something that I realized that I wasn't that passionate about it, and I was just doing it because, the people that I admired, like my brother and my dad, were doing it, so it was what I knew. And, I had the brains to do it, so why not? Music isn't very structured anyway. It's not something that you do as a career. These were the things that I heard growing up. So going to medical school, I felt out of place because I was like, this is not really what I want to do. So my grades were not satisfactory, and I had to take some repeat certain exams, and eventually I got kicked out. Probably one of the most traumatic experiences of my life, because this was something that I had said that I was going to do. I was going to be a doctor, and here it was crashing right in my very eyes. So but yeah, I got kicked out, and it was that again was like an opportunity for me to really take a stab at what I really wanted to do, which is music. So
okay, so you went on to study music.
I eventually, I did a course called Music Industry Management, which is pretty much business management, but with music modules. So, yeah.
Okay. So, but how did your dad take that? How did your parents take it? Did they see you as a failure? Like, oh, so, I mean, you didn't study medicine like every other person in the house did. I mean, what was your reaction?
My dad wanted to be a musician. His dad said, no, you have to do something more professional. So my dad was very understanding. Even though my dad's a doctor, he still plays the guitar, he still writes songs. He actually recorded an album when he was much younger. So he understood, like, perfectly. My mom, on the other hand, I think she thought I was cursed somewhere. She was quite disappointed. But I mean, it wasn't long before she realized that music is actually my passion. And, you know, it's not something that I wanted to do because I'm lazy or anything like that. It's what I love, and I just wanted to give it a shot. Like, what is life if you don't actually give your dreams a shot? And a lot of us are scared of failure, and part of the story of success is failure. Like, you know, there are loads of people that say, if you don't fail, then you're not trying. Do you get what I mean?
Okay.
So, yeah.
That's an amazing story. So how are your parents taking it right now? You know, I feel you're doing well in the music industry. Like, you've come a long way. Because I knew when you came back to the UK, I mean, the DavidB I knew then and the DavidB I know now are pretty different. So how are you taking it?
They're very supportive. I always say that my parents are probably not the typical Nigerians, just in the way that they relate with their children. So I'm absolutely grateful and honored and blessed to have parents who support me. And, you know, it's not just, oh, we support you. It's, you know, when I need money, they're like, okay, here's some money. So they put their money where their mouth is. They, at the end of the day, they just want me to be successful. So their fears and their doubts all come from a good place. They just want me to do well in whatever I choose to do. So, yeah.
Okay, that's good to hear. So how's the music industry in Nigeria been treating you since you started? How's it been for you? What's the journey like? Was it topsy-turvy or was it all, you know, smooth? So tell me your experience with the Nigerian music industry. Okay.
Definitely not smooth, because smooth gives the impression that there are no challenges at all, and that's not the case. So it's been different. I came into the industry having certain expectations, and not all of those expectations were met. But that's life, right? You know, you go into life thinking it's going to happen after uni. I'm going to get a job, and it doesn't always happen like that. So yeah, it's been ups and downs. There have been so many wins. There have been so many rejections as well. And I'm just, you know, it's kind of reaffirmed my purpose as well. It made me think so many times, why am I here? Why am I doing what I'm doing? And constantly reminding myself and reaffirming the reason why I chose to do music has kept me going.
Okay, so I was going to ask you, like, the people already in the industry were already making names and all that. Were they paving way for you? Like, you know how it is in the music industry, right? You can't make it all by yourself. So there are people who are already there. Were they willing to help you? Or, I mean, did they see you as a competition? Did you ever feel like they didn't want to help because they felt, you know, you come and you dominate or something like that? Did you ever feel like that at any point?
Yeah, that's a very touchy subject. I mean, I don't know the hearts of people, so I can't say people are out to shut the door and not let me come in because they think I'm going to take over. I don't know that. But do I feel like some people could do more for me? Yes. But then again, at the same time, I'm not entitled. Do you see what I mean? Like, this is my dream. They don't have to do it. Nobody has anything for me. If they do, they're being nice. But if they don't, there's nothing wrong with that. Do you get what I mean? So I work hard and I do what I need to do to get to where I am and where I plan to go. And, you know, collaborations along the way that happen, that open up, I'm grateful for those. And for those who see me as competition, I mean, that's a good thing, right? You actually think that I'm good enough to take your spot. So
who's not afraid of you? Your voice is so amazing. Like, every time I listen to you, I'm like, oh my God, when in this world will I sound like this? When? Your voice is really amazing. So tell me, so what do you do to your voice? Do you, I know some musicians that'll tell you that I don't drink cold water, I don't drink this, I don't drink that. Are you that kind of musician? Do you take
So I'm not as disciplined as I teach my students to be. It's kind of a thing of do as I say, not as I do kind of thing. But as I've grown older, I have learned that this thing is serious business, and if you want to be in the game for long, if your goal is longevity, you actually have to take care of your voice. So many things now, but if they don't take care of their voices in 10 years from now, would they still sound the same? Would they still be able to do the things that they're doing today? So for me, especially this lockdown period, I have been warming up every single day. I slack a couple of days, but I try to, vocal health is very important. And I'm always on YouTube learning so that I can develop my voice more. And for the very longest time, I struggled with accepting my voice is my voice. And yes, I can improve it, but I can't change it. Do you know what I mean? So there's no point in me trying to sound like somebody else. The texture of my voice is the texture of my voice. I didn't create my voice, but what I can do is work it, stretch it, and improve. So I also find that identity is something that a lot of singers struggle with. We find ourselves comparing ourselves to other people. Why don't I have that range? Why don't I have this strong? Why can't I belt? Why can't I, growl? And it's like, guy, calm down. Your voice is your voice and it's unique. Just work on developing it. So that's what I tell my students all the time. Like, just improve your voice, and there's work that you have to do. We're vocal athletes, and you don't see an athlete that hasn't trained all year round going to the Olympics and expecting to do well. It just doesn't work like that. So prep is very important. Like, I see myself as a gymnast, and I'm not going to start belting notes when I haven't warmed up. It's like going to the gym and carrying that heaviest weight without you stretching. You're going to damage yourself. It's the same thing. So yeah, I try to take it.
I hear you talk about your students a lot. So do you have an academy where you train people to know how to sing? And what class?
Yes, so I have people that I call them students because it's just easier for me to say that. But I have a few people that I do train, and on different levels. And for me, my training style is to identify where you are, and again, make you fall in love with the sound of your voice. And we literally just work on making that sound the best that it can, as opposed to trying to make you sound like Beyonce or Kim Burrell. Do you get what I mean? So yeah, I do have people who I train. Yeah, and I'm looking for more as well. So if you're interested in learning how to sing better, I can definitely help.
DavidB, please come on.
I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about people watching.
But why do you think I don't need the class? I need the class with DavidB. I need to sound like you.
Well, that's the thing. I don't want you to sound like me. I want you to sound like you. A better version of you.
You don't want me to blow, DavidB. All right. Okay, so if there was anything you're going to change in the music industry, the Nigerian music industry, what would that be?
Oh, that's a very good question. If I had the power and the platform to change stuff in the industry, I think I would normalize talent and hard work being the currency for success, as opposed to trying to force relationships or trying to do the most. Do you get what I mean? So like in the industry, it's a lot of this being done because I know you, or you know what I mean. Do you get what I mean? Yeah, but I would want someone who's just talented and ready to work hard to be like the basis for success. Everything else is just ego stroking and unnecessary. So
I did. So that leads me to my next question, because I heard you sing about you sang about people wanting to, or people asking you out before they give you favors or something like that. I heard a song like that people
which song?
asking you out or something before they can help you.
Oh, my challenge, Kiss Daniel's cover.
Oh, that was Kiss Daniel's cover, but it sounded real like you were talking from experience. Do you want to share your experience with us?
Well, yeah, without saying too much, it's just, again, like people wanting you to do the most. So before I help you, it's like almost like I have to become your personal assistant. And it's like, I ain't signed up for that. The fact that I need you.
Did you experience that in the UK or you experienced that here in Nigeria? So when
I kind of experienced that here in Nigeria, where I'm the sort of person that my relationships with people are organic. I try for my relationships with people to be organic. I try not to force anything. And I feel like, and not just the music industry, people preach that in life you kind of have to force certain things. So I have a problem. My principles don't allow me to just be your friend because of what I can get from you. Like, I think that's a bit warped. I'm not knocking anybody that does that, but for me, it's a difficult thing. I feel like they can't help you if you're not licking their ass, for lack of a better phrase. Yeah, that's pretty much.
So how are you able to handle that?
I know the value that I bring to the table. I know what I'm here for. I know why I'm doing what I'm doing. And yes, the road to success might be longer, but I have my principles, I have my values, and I have defined what success is to me. So I'm not jumping at every seeming opportunity that there is. I'm forging my own path, and I'm basically following that, regardless of how long it takes. But I've been through a lot to know that I'm not going to sell myself out or cheapen my value just to get some. Do you get what I mean? Like, I place a lot of value on myself.
Oh, technical glitch again. Okay. Can you hear me? Oh my gosh. I can't hear you either. So we'll just go on a quick musical break. We'll play your song. We will play your song, and when we come back, we'll keep talking. So I'm going to play your song now. So when we come back, we'll keep talking. All right. Can you hear me now? Check your network. Check your connection.